I remember joining the insurance industry in 2018, and I just did it out of skepticism, out of curiosity, because I really wanted to know if how true it was. I wanted to know how people can retire. I wanted to know how people even learn or use 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs. That's literally what had me join the industry, the insurance industry in 2018. So fast forward a couple of months, I didn't do it because I wanted to make money out of it. I didn't even go and get my license immediately. I did it because I wanted to see the actual industry itself, because nobody in my family knew what to tell me about 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, retirement, and neither did they know about life insurance. I knew about life insurance only because I was a paramedic, I was working in the field, and I got to see a lot of people pass away. So fast forward months later, I decided to go and actually like sit down, invest time to get my life insurance license. By then I joined in October of 2018, and then in February of 2018 was when I got my license for the first time. When I passed the exam, I studied for 5 days. I only did 3 hours a day. I woke up earlier in order to study for those 3 hours, and then I would go to work at my paramedic job. So I didn't do it for side hustle money. I did it actually just because I was curious about the industry itself. I already had my career as a paramedic, and I already had my cell phone flipping business that was bringing in cash. So I didn't feel like I needed a side hustle. I wanted to see the benefits of it. So I decided to join the industry. And now that first year in 2019, once I got my license, brand spanking new, I really didn't know much about it. I didn't know how to market. I had very limited people skills. I really did. And you can go back into my Facebook and you can see how I wouldn't smile in pictures, how my demeanor was. It cringes me every time that I just go back and look at it, right? So in 2019, in that first year, I didn't make a lot of money. I just made like an additional $450 a month doing insurance, a couple applications here and there. So it wasn't, too bad. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but that it opened the door, opened the faucet. Now, like I said, I did it out of skepticism, and I want you to see this. There's a point to this, because I was reflecting on it right now, and I do this every time that I have to go and like there's something that comes up, right? So, and this goes to anybody that wants to go into business, by the way. Sometimes we think about it too much, and I decided to I liked it. It was interesting what I was learning. I read a couple of books, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. So I would share my experience of what I would learn with other people, and they became curious, and they wanted to learn as well about compounding interest accounts. And nobody was talking to them about this. So I found a purpose, right? And it kept me excited. So fast forward, every year it doubled. And I was I went back and looked at the numbers earlier, right before I actually got on this video. And I get to see where we've come since I started out of skepticism, how far we've come. And I was able to leave my job as a paramedic. I didn't even renew my license. And this is what I've been doing full time. And now I teach other people to do the same thing. So what's interesting to me is that as I'm driving over here to the office, I look back and I remember there was one time, and I was looking at the numbers, and there was one time that at the beginning, I didn't know how I was gonna pay for things. I didn't know. Like, there was one October that I prayed to God. And I was thinking about this earlier. I was actually getting emotional because I prayed to God and I said, God, you know my position. You know where I'm at financially. You know where my dreams are. You know what I'm doing. You know where I'm going. You know everything. Father, what do I do today? I need to pay rent and I need to buy groceries. What am I going to tell Liam if I can't buy groceries? It's making me emotional. If I can't buy groceries to have here at the house, what am I supposed to tell him? I'm a father. I'm a single father. And what's the type of example that I'm setting for him? And I made a decision. I don't know if God was the one that he pushed me to make the decision or what, but I said, you know what? Rent's gonna have to wait. Rent's gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna go and buy groceries. and I'll figure it out. And that prayer, it set my faith in motion. It really taught me that month, it taught me how to trust God. That's what it did. It taught me how to trust God. I was able to rely on God. And it was interesting because a couple of days later, I made a sale that paid me more than what I needed to pay the rent and still have money left over. And I was like, wow, God, you truly are. I said, okay, all right, I get your point. I said, all right, I know that you love me and take care of me. Let's run. Let's do this. So, kept going. At that moment, that day, you don't know how I contemplated going back to a regular job. You don't know that I crossed my mind. And so when I see this, when I actually look back and I look at this, like, it's as if, so check this out, it's as if you divorced because you were in a bad relationship. To me, that's how I see it. You divorced because you were in a bad relationship. And then you're struggling, you're trying to figure things out, and all of a sudden you say, man, maybe I should just go back to that relationship. I wouldn't have to be struggling with this. I was like, oh my gosh, right? I said, no, I'm pushing forward. So my commitment started it got even stronger. So at that moment, when I made a decision to trust in God and like really commit to His business, like I said, hey, you know what? All right, let's go through thick and thin, through the lows and the highs. I trust you, God, but I married my business. I married it. I stopped treating it like a side hustle. I stopped treating it like a girlfriend, and I made it my wife. For better or for worse. And the lows and the highs. And I want to tell you something. This business, to this day, we've paid out $1 million in my organization. Paid out $1 million. And I was looking at that, and it's like we haven't had the fastest growth. We've come a long way in a short period of time. But it is so interesting because it is just a beginning. It is just a beginning. And as I'm getting better and I'm going through all this stuff, it's like, man, like, so now every time that I face something that might be a challenge, I'm like, thank you, Lord. I know that you're there and I know that you got my back. So I'm looking forward to it because I don't know what you have in plan for you. I don't know what you have in store for me. But I'm excited because I know that you're always watching and you're always there and you're always with me. So I have personally earned over $400,000. Remember, in my first year, I only make about $5,000. My first year. My second year, I doubled it. My third year, I doubled it again. Right now, I've earned about $400,000. Over that, by the way. And my organization, we've paid them out $1 million. What an incredible... To me, that inspires me because I look back and I say, oh gosh, Lord, like you have been with me every step of the way. And I can't imagine where we're going because it is just the beginning. I can't imagine where we're going. So I hope this inspires you. I hope that it flames you up from the inside and that you take it and you run, because it doesn't matter what you're going through. If you're alive, you're still fighting, you're gonna overcome it. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You can lose it all, but you can get it all back times 2, times 5. It doesn't even matter, guys. Man. And those testimonies, those stories, your kids are watching. Those stories, those actual adventures, your kids are, and they will remember. And they're going to be telling those stories. But those are humbling experiences. They might be embarrassing moments at the moment, but they are humbling experiences because now that you've had the lows, you've tasted them. You can actually, you know what the highs are, and you've tasted the lows. So therefore, you're able to appreciate everything. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. We're renovating the office. And I can't wait to do everything that we've done in the past couple of years in 1 year. That is so awesome. By the way, if you're somebody that wants to get your license, we have licensing courses. We do this. We help people get it faster. It's just so interesting because I think I saw, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't have it right here in front of me, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw I think it was 117 licenses that we've helped people obtain. 117 licenses in the period. Remember, I got mine in 2019. By now, we've licensed 117 people through the state. And we've gotten paid about 100 people. Close to 100 people. That is amazing. And I can't wait to double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, all of those numbers. That's exciting. The vision is there. And where there's vision, there's life, the excitement. Because there's no vision, there's no excitement. It becomes dull, becomes boring, and it becomes depressing. God bless you guys. You and your family and everybody, everything and everybody that you touch. Your hands, your eyes, your feet, your walk. God bless you guys.